Well, good morning. I'm Karen with Veronica's Dreams Tarot and Coaching. And um, today is our daily reading. It's Friday, so I'm going to take a look at what we're leaving behind, why, what we don't see, what is guiding us to leave that behind, and the challenge and where we're going to. I just figure maybe we should just leave this week in the past, right? I don't know. My week has not ended up so bad, but I'm not gonna. It was kind of a hard beginning. So let's just see what's happening with the cards. I'm going to use the World of Vision again today. The only time I don't like these is they kind of stick together, but otherwise I like reading with them. And I do personal readings. Link to my website below in the description. So let's take a look at what we are leaving behind and why. What we are leaving behind. Okay. Let's cut the cards. Okay, 3 cards. Oops. What are we leaving behind? Lovers, Devil, and Knight of Coins. Why are we leaving that behind? King of Coins. Something feels like what we don't see. Six of Wands. Okay. This could very well be relationships, so be prepared. What's guiding us? Page of Wands. I feel like that's just a really super good new opportunity. Challenge. Moon. First stop, our destiny. These cards. 9 of Coins. Interesting. Six of Cups. Oh, it's okay. So this is interesting. I'm getting a really odd feeling here. I'll get into it and see how I feel. 5 of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. So what you're leaving behind and this new journey is kind of conflicting you a little bit. It's fighting at you. I feel like you're kind of tugging back and forth at this decision. I feel like there's definitely relationship that you're stuck on, but that's been moving slowly, and you're leaving that behind. And I see that because I have the Lovers, the Devil, and the Knight of Coins. And between these 3 cards, we have a relationship, which is the Lovers, which is smack in the middle. The Devil was the first card after that I pulled, which means that it's something that we've been attached to for a long time. But I feel like it's been moving very slowly, and that's what we're leaving behind, and that's the Knight of Coins. I do feel like even though you've been stuck on this, there's been a consistent level of putting down the ideas and creating the foundation. It's been very thought processing. And whoever this is, I feel like, okay, so I feel like the Y is the King, which I feel like eventually this relationship grows up. So that because it's the Knight to the King, I do feel like if you're looking for a relationship, or even if you're in a relationship and this is the relationship you're in, you do want something that's stable, and that you do want something that will, like, I don't know, keep you, that you understand, that you can truly understand the relationship, you understand the person, it's not just stable financially stable, but stable emotionally stable, stable physically stable, all, not just the financial part of it. And I think sometimes when we look at the coin cards, we think a lot about money and that kind of stability, but stability comes in a lot of forms. Yeah, money is important and our home is important, and we need to have a stable home and a stable job and all of those things. Well, most of us want that, but stability comes in a lot of different forms, and sometimes emotional. I'm gonna cry, guys. This is hard. There's something really hard here. Sometimes emotionally stable is super important, and realizing that, um, yeah, it can lead you want to lead to that. I don't know completely 100%. I feel like you're leaving the weight and maybe even leaving the devil piece behind, but I think it also might be leaving behind an idea of what you want, in a relationship. If you do not have a relationship, if you're in a relationship that feels not 100, you're leaving. I don't feel like you're leaving the relationship. I feel like you're leaving the growth, which I feel like is growing. So in other words, you're you're going from the knight to the king. And when I say I'm gonna cry, I don't feel like it's this sad, like, um, I think it's kind of feels good, like this kind of release, of something that's been bottled up, or that kind of thing. I feel like whatever we're leaving, and it has been like all of the cards at the beginning of the week were hard cards, no doubt. It did end on a better note, but also, I do feel like there is something that's been just driving you nuts. So what you don't see is the Six of Wands. So there is something or someone out there that is recognizing you for who you are. I feel very deep about this. Like, it's not just a recognition at work where you get patted on the back or you get kudos in a meeting or something like that. I feel like it's deeper than that. This reading feels deep to me as far as, um, it's hitting our inner self. This isn't necessarily work or even a relationship. I feel like this is kind of talking about who we are inside. I normally, I mean, I do. I just feel like that. And I feel like this is saying that there is some kind of recognition. I do feel like it comes from somebody and yourself. Like, and I think what you don't realize is how much someone does look at you and recognize who you are as a person, and recognizes you deeply, regardless of if this is love or not. It doesn't really matter, but there's someone that you don't know about that's doing this, and it's hidden, and that's what it is. So, what's guiding us is, okay. So I didn't talk. Talked a little bit about the why. The why is reaching for stability, emotional stability. Yeah, I did. Okay, I got so caught up in that, what we're leaving. Um, what's guiding us is the Page of Wands. So I do feel like there's some kind of message that comes in that kind of sets the tone for leaving this behind. I feel like this is the beginning of something, but the message comes in, and I think it sparks an idea. And the Page of Wands, too, is a more action oriented card than this Knight of Wands. But I think this kind of goes with this. I think the reason, so the why might bring out and make you understand this recognition. So there's some kind of message. I do feel like a message. It could be a verbal message, it could be someone calling you, but there's something that comes in as some sort of message, and it could even be from spirit, that gives you that okay, this is what I got to do. And I think there's going to be some very huge clarity here as far as what you have to do. It's so funny because the challenge is the moon, and the moon tells me that there isn't clarity. But I think it's also a reminder to make sure that you're seeing things as they are, not as you want them to be, not as you're imagining them to be. You could definitely manifest whatever it is you're looking for, and that's good. I'm not speaking of manifestation, but I'm thinking of like be clear and understand what you want out of this, because I feel like this message is kind of changing your perspective. I do feel like on love, but be clear in intentions and all of that, because I think these are awesome cards. They really are. They're good cards between the six. I mean, all of them are good cards. What we are leaving behind is, I believe, can be an idea of what we are thinking about love. It's an idea that we're stuck on, and if we stay stuck on that, we may not ever find the person that we want. But I do feel like the moon. I do feel like this message has something to do with someone coming in and reaching out to you. But I think what it does is it's causing you to move forward. But remember to always know and understand with the moon what's happening. Like, be clear, get some clarity on that. So the outcome or first stop on the destiny was the Nine of Pentacles. The reason why I pulled the second card, because the Nine of Pentacles tells me that you're going to be feeling, I mean, this feels successful to me. You've got a lot of pentacles here, and this definitely could be, but I feel like it's just stability. And I feel like you're going to reach inner stability. You're not going to feel like you need someone to give you stability. And again, stability in the larger sense, not necessarily financial. It's about, all of these cards are very stable cards. And it's not just because they're pentacles. Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles isn't as stable, but it is a movement card. It's just slow. And then so to me, the why and the destiny kind of go hand in hand. So your why is the King of Pentacles and your destiny is the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like you're on the right track because you're looking for that inner stability, whether it's emotional or physical, or, I mean, it could be work or it could be home, it could be money, but I feel like it's more than that. Even if that's part of it, it's just this feeling of, kind of putting your life in a whole, making it whole. That kind of stability. Like, okay, not just happy here, happy there. So whatever is happening here, it's going to make you feel that way. And I do feel like there is something from the past that's going to come in. But this can also be just a gift from the universe as well. Like oh, just something that, so, if you believe in those things that happen for a reason, to keep us on our destiny, to keep us moving forward, or to keep us on the right track, so that because I believe there is certain people we need to meet, certain things we need to do in our life to fulfill certain areas of our being, and lessons we need to learn, whatever those are. And the Six of Cups tells me that one of those things is coming in the near future, and this is something that's supposed to happen. But I do get the overall feeling that it could be something from the past, or an idea from the past, or a feeling like, okay, this reminds me more of the past. Overall, we are headed to a great spot. And I believe that even though I was sad here, I don't feel like it was emotional sad, like in a sad sense of loss, not that kind of sad. I was feeling really deeply, and that's why I went on, this is more than just your financial stability. While that's an emotional thing, it's emotional stability, physical stability, stability in a whole. Like, where is your life right now? And I feel like you're headed for the right place. I am not going to pull another card. I'm not doing it, guys. I'm not doing it because this is just a weekly reading. But I like the feeling overall. Please let me know what you think. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, all of those wonderful things. I feel like this is really good. Um, Feels good. And I like the way the cards are laid out. I like the way they look. I like the way they progress. The only situation is the moon, and that's just making sure you understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like any decision that we make or any message that comes in, because this is what's guiding us. There's some kind of message. Also, just to keep in mind, what could be guiding us here too, because it's the page, is some kind of new beginning. And we see that as an opportunity. I think the being clear is, don't let things overshadow or anything like that. Um, but yeah, and I feel like whatever is guiding us, I mean, it's definitely it could be a message, but I do also feel like this brings in a new beginning. Pages to me are not aces, and I've talked about this just recently because we've had a lot of pages in readings that I've done. So I feel like pages are definitely messages in a lot of senses, but they are also actions, and they're usually like immature actions, but they also can be beginning actions. Like when we're a page, we are learning, we are growing, we are, taking our first steps, so to speak. So that's what I kind of feel like this is. It is the beginning of something that's new to you. No, you're not, probably not a kid, but it's new to you. Um, and this message is it's gonna really set tones today, or this week, or soon. I think that message is going to be soon because this is what we're leaving behind this week. So I think this is going to all make sense here in the next few days. If this rings clear to anybody, but let me know. I appreciate you and have a beautiful day.